Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Exit.
Now the young man was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Manning. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. The Broncos send out their punter now. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. That's pulled in at the 32. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 4.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsay. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, 74 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. He gets away from one. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Manning. This is Fant on the short completion. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And that'll hurt a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
As a DN, when you play the run, you don't always have to make the tackle. Just have to use the right technique to make sure the play goes where you want it to. And in this case, did an excellent job stringing this one out and making the tackle at the end of it.
And for a loss.
You draw Parker.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsay. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This will be fielded at the 17. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
We're good. Ready?
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready?
The The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll try the draw, Lindsey. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
7-7, our score after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's go now. 30 base. 54. Yeah. Set go.
From the 39, Manning. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. 54. Right, 54. Let's go.
Manning now on 1st down. A little check down to Lindsey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
On the double.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the pass.
Hey, team 6.
Mike by 4. Mike by 4.
5.
Now Manning. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. The kick by McManus is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Toss play to Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the trap.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Connor Barwin just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Manning. He'll find Lindsey here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Manning. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go. Ken Lobo.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, wahoo!
Check right 54. Line 54. Quit talking about it and bring it. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Deep grip. Deep grip.
Working from the gun. Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike down. Mike 46. 180. 180. We're good. We're good. 180. Raider 1. 46 to Mike. 40. You're mine. I'm going to come back. Express. I'm going to come back to you.
Shotgun now for Carr. This is caught by Jackson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. 23 yards on the play. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Mike 46. Mike 46.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr completes it to Davis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Mike back 2. Mike back 2.
From the gun, it's Carr. Do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Carr again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this 2nd half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run again with Jackson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Down. 180.
52. Nice, sweetheart.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52.
From the gun, Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. They run with Jackson out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
52 right here. 1, later 1.
You're Mike 52, Mike 52. Go. Don't get nervous. 52's the mic. Watch it.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
They'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
3 down. Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Operating from the gun, Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll go again with Lindsey. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Here we go.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Manning now on 1st down. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
54 Mike, 54
Throwing on 3rd and long. Manning. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that was quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Shift.
Gumbo.
From the gun, Carr escaping the pressure right. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, Foxtrot. 52
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run by Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Carlson now to add the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
It's caught by Bryant. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
10 Lobo. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Benson Mayowa, his 2nd sack of the night. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Shotgun now for Manning. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And taken right at the 35. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10.
He's checking, he's checking.
Right and one.
Crash.
That's it.
Now Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Get off the field. Let's get off the field. Alert 3.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here I come.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Safe.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
52's the mic, boys, 52. Hey, pick it up, defense, let's go.
On 3rd down, Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Switch.
On 1st down, it's Jackson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get in the weight room. Watch the twist.
They run again with Jackson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
We're good. 180.
Twist, watch the twist.
Express.
I got motion, man. Me.
Ain't no way.
New Mike 52.
Express.
Here we go.
To throw his car toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play. Second and 9 now from the 21. To throw is Manning, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Connor Barwin in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, when this drive began, the offense only needed a field goal, but the defense ramped up the pressure, and after back-to-back sacks, they're feeling confident they might keep them off the board.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Raiders, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.